Greetings, citizens of Tetris. It is your old pal, Van Dweller, back with more classic Tetris Monthly Masters event. And yeah, happy February. It's time to start wrapping up this Masters event, and we have got two matches for you today. One of them is in the top 8, and the other one is in the semifinals. So we are actually going to determine a finalist in this stream. The top 8 match will be between 5-time Masters event winner Pixel Andy and 1-time Masters event winner Danv. They will face off. The winner will take on 1-time Masters event winner Sidnev, and that will determine a finalist. So yeah, that is what we are gonna do. Now we still have the Blue Scooty versus Dog match to do in the semifinals. Maybe we can combine that with the finals. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Whatever, man. It's still February, so we're fine. We're totally fine. But yeah, so nobody left but Masters winners in the Masters event. When is someone going to break through? We need someone to break through, okay? Almost had it last month, Cobra. We need someone to break through. To break this oligopoly of Tetris. But anyway, we are here to do Pixel Andy Danv winner versus Sidnev, all to determine a finalist. So let us take a look at our rules, and the rules say that this is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System and NTSC consoles. Players can play an emulator or console as long as game mechanics appearance that discs are unmodified. They can use any controller as long as they're big buttons. We ran out of breath a little quicker this time. They can use any controller as long as no big buttons or turbo functions used, whether electronic or mechanical. Biological turbo only. These are best of 5 matches. The first player to 3 wins is the winner of match. Level 18 starts all the way through. Level 39, super kill screen, uncapped score, same piece sets, re-rolled in between each game of the match. Players should not receive any advice while they are playing a game. They should not pause unless the commentator tells them to. Do not ever pause, ever, unless I tell you to. If you do experience tech issues, like with internet, or your computer, or OBS, or your capture card, or your camera, like it falls down, or whatever, just keep playing. Just keep playing, okay? That is the new logo for Classic Tetris. The new, not logo, the motto. The motto is just keep playing, okay? And the winner gets absolutely something, and that is a share in a prize pool, which stands right now at 2,046.78. 204,678 is where the prize pool stands. We have met our top 8 funding goal. This will allow us to pay the top 8 in the tournament, and thank you everybody for helping to make that happen. Big shout out to Madelsberger for taking a big chunk of that. Really appreciate that. We are not done. If you do want to contribute to the prize pool and, pile on a little bit more, players use this money to fund their Tetris journeys to various live regionals. Maybe they're paying for college. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with it, but it supports the players. So use that Matcherino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. That'll bring up some links. The one that says Masters, that is the one for that this tournament. Click on that. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. Top right-hand corner is a button. It says log in. Click on that, and you can log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube or Discord account. It's easy and fun. And then on the right side, you can see a button. It says contribute. So guess where you contribute. Yeah, you click there, it'll open up a whole thing, and then you can do it. So thank you again to everybody who has contributed to the prize pool this month, in the past, and whoever's going to do it in the future. Thank you in advance. So even if you've never contributed, but you're gonna, then it applies to you as well. So isn't that nice? All right, that's how to support the players. If you want to support the channel, there's a lot of different ways to do that. One of which is to go to patreon.com/monthlytetris and make an ongoing pledge of support. Keep this channel going, just like the people on this slide have done. People like Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, Canine Techie, Madelsberger, N-Dog, Mr. Brain, Corporal Jr., Troy Dan, Kim M, Cat Kid, Java T, Jason, Sunny, and Mila, and everybody else on this slide. Thank you so very much. If you do want to support this channel, there are all kinds of ways to do it. Use the support command to find some of them. If you don't like Patreon and you want to make an ongoing pledge, you can do it via Streamlabs and PayPal. You want to make a one-time contribution, there are some other links in that command that you can use to do that. If you're watching on YouTube, you want to ask a question or make a comment that gets read in front of everybody, use the super chat, okay? I mean, unless it's offensive or bad or annoying, maybe I won't read it, but I probably will. And then you can also do a sticker, which sends a little stickery little cartoon in the thing. So you can do that as well. You can also subscribe. No, not subscribe. You can join. That's what it is on YouTube. You can join the channel as a member. Click the join button just below the video player. You can also gift a membership over on YouTube. On Twitch, you got bits. You can use that like a super chat if you want to. You can subscribe to the channel. You can gift a subscription to the channel. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get an Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime gaming subscription to grant to the streamer of your choice on a monthly basis to to the streamer of your choice. So you can what I've got it. I totally forgot what is my spiel. Oh yeah. So but yeah, it's once a month. It's use it or lose it. You can't save or stack them. So do not lose it. Use it on us. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring over our players. We'll get them lined up. I don't know if Pixel Andy is on Dog playing SMB1 or on 1975 Andy Pixel, the Ultra Pixel. I don't know where Andy is, but we'll figure it out. And I guess we've already decided it. Danv is going to win. So that's fine. Where do you think Andy is going to be? Where is Andy? Is he on Dog setup? Is he on his own setup? There's no way to know. No, Andy's not late. Andy's here. If he's 30 minutes late, I just might DQ. If you're 30 minutes late and it's February 34th, then I'm sorry, that's a DQ. That's what I'm saying. Did he, wait, wasn't this pushed back 30 minutes? So I just want to make sure everybody agreed to that. Did everybody agree to that? Pixel Andy agreed to it. Wait, no, did he? He has agreed to this time. Okay. It's just I don't know where he's at. He could be on Dog setup. He could be on his own alt. I don't know where he is. Let's see if I can find him. Ndog gifted 10 memberships over on YouTube. Thank you, Ndog. Really appreciate that. Holy moly, was not expecting that. Thank you for that. Let's see if we can find, is it the alt? Yeah, thank you so much, Ndog. All right, the alt of Pixel Andy is online. You think Andy is on Doge's setup now? Yeah, he's making the rounds. That's fine. Ndog is also gifted 10 memberships over on Twitch. So 10 on YouTube, 10 on Twitch. Thank you, Ndog. Really appreciate that. Those memberships over on YouTube went to Rabbit Giraffe, Pianians, TTK, DFCT, Big Wild Cat, Miku Brot, Wispy, Ronaldo again, Vasco Barcelon, and Yocto. I don't know who any of these people are. And then Twitch, they went over to Revio, Tone Deaf Leopard, T-Bone Pints Cutely, Jeremy, Carlito, None Ya Business, Hector, Mix SP, and Tam Rad B. Thank you very much. False Minute says, one day I'll get a gift sub. One day I'll get one. I wish I could get a gift sub. All right, let me fix up Dan's camera at least while he's here, and then Andy, I'm sure will get here any moment. You're on your alt. Your alt. You're on yours this time. Okay, good. Andy's jumping around. It's hard to know where you're gonna find him, but we found him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. All right, so the alt of Pixel Andy, the alt of Pixel Andy. Oh my God, there he is. Big head of Andy is right there. There it is. Wait, hold on. What is, okay. There he is. The big head. We got, wow, holy moly. All right, reset. We're gonna flop him over here. Oh, did someone say Def Leopard? Look at this. Look at this. Def Leopard. Totally missed it. I wasn't begging, but thank you so much, Endog. Endog, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub over to False Minute. Really appreciate it. Cute Pup Jesus has gifted 5 subs over on Twitch. They went to Snug D, Skyway, Litsu, Navy Wolf, and EBM. Thank you so much. Cute Pup Jesus, very kind of you. More chair. More chair bell. Oh, moire. Oh, you said moire chair, not more chair. Moire chair. Right, yeah. I like that. Oh, it went away. Oh, it keeps flickering on and off, that moire. What the heck? I think I have that same chair. Andy's shopping Herman Miller. This kid, I don't know if he needs this prize money. He's got Herman Miller chairs. Holy moly. This is a far away from his, like rocking chair days. All right, let's go ahead and give these players some pieces. They're getting antsy. I think I have the same chair, but only because like when I was working a real job, they're like, it was work from home pandemic, and they're like, oh, you're working from home, so you can order a bunch of stuff to help your home office. And I'm like, all right, getting the best. Stanislaw says, I give the Def Leopard shirt 1 thumb up. Stanislaw, leave your 90s Howard Stern jokes back in the 90s, Stanislaw, okay? All right, buddy. That's horrible. That's horrible. All right, next he's going to be making Stevie Wonder jokes, right? Or Michael Jackson setting his hair on fire. My God. All right, did the pieces get into the chat? The pieces are in the chat, right? I hit the button. Where's the pieces? Yeah, they are. 2E8F10. So offensive. So offensive. They're even pinned. Tayo pinned him. Tayo? You say Tio, I say Tayo. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and look and see if they've got the seed. 2E8F10. Looks like both players are ready. Best of 5 will determine who goes to the semifinals. It's either going to be Pixel Andy or Danv, 2 former CTM Masters champion. Let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Paldas Tetris with the raid party of 9 and 3, 2, 1 countdown bits from K9. Wowies. Holy moly. Kingsman 36 hanging out on YouTube. He's found his home. Twitch a little too intellectual, so Kingsman gonna go over to YouTube. On the left side, it's Pixel Andy, seed number 3 from the United States of America. That's where I live. He's got a PB of 11.9 million, at least he did heading into the month of February. He was ranked number 4 in the Premier poll heading into February, and since it's still February, that's the one that we will use. He's a 5-time CTM Masters event winner. He's an 8-time DAS Masters winner, including our reigning Mega Dasters Championship. That's our DAS Masters XL double size tournament. And Pixel Andy, the winner of that. He's like a 6-time CTWC gold bracket player with a finish in the finals in 2020. Stanislaw has gifted a sub to K9 watching Tetris. Thank you, Stanislaw, for doing that. Pixelandy, one of the game crashers, at one point did hold the overall score world record for NES Tetris. You've seen him most recently live at Genesis Regional, where he played the DAS and the Open Championship. He took first and DAS third in the Open. He was the winner of the Jonas Cup, CTWC's North American DAS Championship, in 2025. And he was the runner-up in their global international championship in Germany. So that's Pixelandy. 234 for him, 275 for Danv. And on the right side of the screen, it is Danv. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Danv, a former CTM Masters event winner as well. He won Faster Masters back when we were doing that as a Masters event. What were we thinking? No, I'm just kidding. No, it's legit. It's totally legit. But he's also a former Challengers, Hopefuls, and Futures winner as well. So he's one of the few players to win all of our, kind of pro, semi-pro level tournaments, one of each. He's also the winner of CTWC France Regional last year. He's got high finishes in Austria and the UK. You've seen him most recently, at the Austria Regional, where he was the runner-up against Sidnev, who is waiting in the semifinals. So Danv may be trying to set up a rematch and revenge on Sidnev. We'll see. Danv, also the YouTube editor and uploader and manager and nice person who is doing that. Underpaid. Wish we could afford more. Can't do it. But I don't know. I think he likes it. I think he likes it. Or is it just for the money? I don't know. 440 for Danv. 396 for Pixelandy. Anyway, Danv came in as seed number 6. Great Britain, PB of 3.83 million. He was ranked number 16 in the February premiere poll. Release his salary? You want him to release all his tax records? I think we're still waiting on our current president's tax records, so if we're not getting his, we're probably not getting Danv's. Tetris for Pixelandy, 465, 508 for Danv. Oh, Becca says, I've been watching these phenoms forever. They are unbelievably talented. I'm a huge fan. Thank you, Becca. I'm a huge fan too. So Danv with a 578 through 111. That's a good score. And Pixelandy with a 579 through 113. Danv up already over 600,000. And Pixelandy trending in that direction. By the way, apologies if I sound a little stuffed up. I am a little under the weather. I don't know why. So got a lot of stuff here happening in my eustachian tubes and whatnot. So apologies for that. Just in case. It sounds gross. 670 for Danv. 627 for Pixelandy. Danv gets a bar, and he's got a 695 into 19. Welcome to Tetris in 2026. And Pixelandy is gonna take a 675. So imagine taking a 675 into level 19 and still being about one Tetris behind. Crazy transitions. Danv now into level 20. Tetris for Pixelandy, 726. Dirty Tetris Danv 779. There's about a 50,000 point lead for Danv. He's also ahead by 9 or more lines. Andy having to take this down, skimming, getting a bar. Tetris 764 for him. 836 for Danv. Now this is a best of 5. Players start on level 18, 130 lines of that speed, 100 lines of level 19 speed, where it increases by 50%. And then 100 lines of level 29 speed. And by the time we get to 330 lines, that speed's going to double again, and it will be unplayable at that point. So 330 lines total is what these players have available at 3 different speeds before that final kill screen speed. 825, now 854 for Andy, 901 for Danv. There's a Tetris Andy. Oh, thanks, Curie Games. Appreciate that. Everybody's so nice today. It makes me think something bad is going to happen. Everyone's being really too nice. Yeah, be nice to me today. All right, I'm sick. All right, Pixel Andy getting up a little bit high, finding some burns here to keep that right side well open. He's at 926, level 25. Danv into level 26 at 990. So he's 1 away from the max. He's going to skim a double and get a Tetris. Danv, he's got the max, A27. And Pixel Andy trying to keep this open. Tetris for Pixel Andy, 976. Danv A60. That A means 1 million. People talking about their level 19 transition PBs. I have wasted so many 600K transitions and even a couple 700K transitions. It's embarrassing. All right, Danv into level 29. He's at B48. Pixel Andy with 2 more Tetrises available. There's one. He's going to get set up for the next one. There's the bar and the Tetris B00 for Andy. That is a 1.1 million. And Pixel Andy is going to top out at B01. And Danv is good in game number 1. So immediate top out basically as soon as he entered level 29 for Pixel Andy. So Danv going to take game number 1. And Danv's like, you know what? I might have to play another game after this. I'm not mullining. I'm gonna keep my hands fresh. I like it. Oh, there we go. New seed is there. 68, 55, 66. Really dancing around that 6-7 in that one. Show the belt, Daniel. Kingsman, this is not the normal stream that you usually watch where you can get the streamer to show you different outfits and clothing. Okay, Kingsman? Calm down. Kingsman is very used to belting out various sartorial orders to streamers, but not this time. Kingsman. Okay, looks like both players are ready. 68, 55, 66. Yes. Let's go. Game number 2. Pixel Andy and Danv. 3-2-1 Tetris. ECG 1978 with the prime sub says LFG Andy. LFG. Oh my goodness. Low flow geothermal. What? I can't even talk. I'm having a real hard time talking today. I'm just like, I'm like congested. Kat is here. Kat Kunoichi is here. Look for giraffes. Oh, leftover fried grapefruit. Yeah, people are saying, what does LFG stand for? ECG, I know what it stands for, ECG. We know. We're just playing with you. Low flying goose. Looking for group. Oh my goodness. Keep that to yourself there, Cube Up Jesus. My goodness. 142 for Pixel Andy, 142 for Danv. All right, Pixel Andy standing. So he's Pixel Standy. Not sure. He's adjusting something. $216 for Pixel Andy, $258 for Danv. Salty says legumes feel groovy. He forgot to turn the TV on. Amazing. $303 for Danv, $268 for Pixel Andy. Andy and Danv. Danv with that famous Inter Abacus Sports Day shirt. And I think Abacus is just an initialism for, you know, some organization. But at first I thought it was like some sort of Abacus league where there was some sort of competitive use of an abacus. But it is not that. But there should, if there's not that, there should be that. Michael Keaton with the Prime sub. 26 month. Really appreciate that. Michael Keaton, loved you in Birdman. Mr. Mom. $459 for Pixel Andy, $510 for Danv. Didn't we find out that like Michael Douglas, the actor, not Mike Douglas, the journalist and talk show host from the 60s. Didn't we find out that Michael Douglas, the actor, is actually named Michael Keaton, but he changed his name to Michael Douglas? Am I just making up facts? Isn't that true? Somebody knows. $578 for Danv through 107. $604 now, another $600K for Dan. Oh, it's the other way around. Oh, Michael Keaton's real name was Michael Douglas. It was the other way around. 582 for Pixel Andy, 650 for Danv. Well, Michael Keaton is in chat right now. Maybe he can clarify it. Tetris for Andy, 661. Danv not going to get that 690 again. But still, back-to-back high 600Ks for Danv. Back-to-back 600Ks for Pixel Andy. Oh, you think that's Michael Douglas's Twitch name? Oh my goodness. That would be quite the twist indeed. All right, Danv starting to spire a little bit. Gets a long bar down to bring this stack down. And he's trying to keep this safe, keep it low. Tetris Pixel Andy, 756, 761. Danv close in score, but Pixel Andy is ahead by 16 lines. Tetris Danv 806. There's one for Pixel Andy 822. So Pixel Andy is ahead, real-time score. Pace-wise, though, Andy, Danv back by 15, 18 lines, something like that, and only about a Tetris behind. Tetris for Andy 887, 820 Danv. 19 lines apart. Tetris for Danv. Tetris Andy 928. Tetris Danv 888. Just trading Tetrises back and forth, 20 lines apart. The Danv's left side is going to need help. He gets the Tetris to bring this down and doesn't want this to fester into some extended dig, so just going to chop this down. Kind of hoping for that red J, but going to have to take some more burns. Pixel Andy A20. He's got one more Tetris he could get. He's going to get it, and he's A56 into 29. Just remember, A56, 29 for Pixel Andy. Get a sense of their pace. And Andy needs to bring this down. This is a tough board. That is going to be a topo for Andy at A63. Oh, and Danv on the left side. So he's got some time and room to fix this, but he's got to get to A64. If he can just get something down here, then he's got forever and a day to try to chase this down. A64 is the target. He's in at A29. He knows what he's got to do. He's playing conservative. Now it's all up to Danv and execution. A64, that left side. That left side. Oh no. Danv not gonna do the chase down. Oh my word. I thought he had it. I thought he was gonna be up 2 games to none over Pixel Andy, but Andy will survive. Danv went into that chase down knowing exactly what he needed to do and having a good board, but just couldn't hold it together. And Pixel Andy, yeah, Pixel Andy says, I'm number one. I'm number one. With my A63 top out on 29. He's number one. Yikes. All right, new pieces are here, players. You could take a moment and try to relearn how to play Tetris for a moment. That's fine. Do want to let y'all know we have scheduled the Stupid Tetris Monthly finals. For those of you interested in the Crunch finale with Dog, Andy, Meme, and Alex T. It's going to be on Sunday. That's at 7:30 p.m. U.S. Central Texas time. And if I'm doing this right, let's see. That should be 12, 19. That's 1930 plus 6. All right, so 1934 and a half. Is that 1:30 UTC in the morning? Is that how that works? Did Andy get a crunch ROM? I hope so. No, Andy did not get a crunch ROM. He's just going to promise to stay in the center 4 columns. So we're just going to get his word that he's going to do that. He's like, I promise I will just stay in those 4 columns. Let me refresh both these players, by the way, just make sure they're synced up. Sunday is UTC -5 Central. Wait, what? Sunday is UTC minus. Oh, Sunday is. Oh. Are we changing clocks? Is that? Oh no. Let's make sure we get that clock thing going. Yeah, make sure that's all set up. I don't know when this clocks change and all that. All right, so it's 0030. D79, D87. D79, D87. Both players ready? Let's go. Game number 3. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3 between 3, 2, 1 Tetris. I'm just going to put the reminder in the scheduling channel. You want permanent daylight savings time? British Columbia is doing it? That's it. I know where I'm moving. Weren't we promised permanent clock change? Was it permanent standard time or permanent daylight savings time that we wanted? I forget. Seagirl. Oh, you should call her Seagull. Salty Seagull. Seagirl said earlier, I bet Vandy has no idea the clocks change. We were promised a lot. Congress, pa. $159 for Pixel Andy. Mr. Brain, since when do we worry about what Congress thinks? $211 for Danv. $183 for Pixel Andy. Yeah, I think permanent standard time is, when I was thinking about this issue, what I decided that I was 4, but now I don't remember. I don't remember. It's one of those. And I think it was the one that, whatever one I was 4 was the one that, I don't know, most people weren't for. Not because of that, but I just remember that. I don't care. Pick one. Whatever. 324 for Pixel Andy, 326 for Dan V. Scientists endorse standard time. I'm sure some of them do. These players have faced each other 2 times in the CTM cinematic universe. One time was in March of 2023, and Dan V took that one in round 1, 3 games to 2. They also played in August of 2025. That was the month after Pixel Andy won his latest Masters event, went back to the finals. Pixel Andy took that one in the top 8, 3 games to none. And then they have one live meeting, and that was at the Columbus WPL Championship Regional in the top 8. And he took that one 3 games to 2. Danv, a little gap there in the board, column 2. He's going to work around that. He's attacking those gaps. Pixel Andy is into 19 at 507. Danv Tetris 517. Here's another one, 539. One more he could get for 19. Arctic says, I don't like changing clocks. I'm a clock blocker. Indeed. Danv in at 563 gets a Tetris 587. He's back by 13 lines from Andy. All right, Danv's left side needs some help, but it is 19, so still slow enough where he can take care of that. And he's going to expose that big gap on the left side. Set up for a left well Tetris. And trying to keep this all intact while the bar comes, and it does. He's going to go for one more. Yeah, 2 bars in a row, really going to help Danv out there. So now, if he can get just one more bar, he can... or something. Yeah, there we go. Didn't need the bar. Just did it. 697. Pixel Andy 684. Danv back by 17 lines though. Yeah, I know it. Sub 600 transition for Danv. What the heck? Tetris, Pixel Andy 789, 717 Danv, Pixel Andy on 25. Andy still on, Danv still at 23. Just Tetris after Tetris here for Dan. Danv 906. Pixel Andy 923. 13 lines apart. Danv open right side. Building out that left side, stashing pieces over there. And Tetris, Danv 963, but Pixel Andy, he's got the max out and more. He is into level 30. He's got an A64. Pixel Andy's board, he's got all kinds of Swiss cheesy holes on it, and it's like mid-high. So this is going to be tough for Pixel Andy. That's going to be a top out for Pixel Andy, and Danv was ahead when Andy topped out. So Dan is going to go up 2 games to 1. Players, I am going to need about 60 seconds if you don't mind. I'll put the pieces in chat, but I will need 60 seconds. So I'll be right back. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Did I not put pieces in the chat? I did. They're in there now. Okay, looks like both players are on seed. Both players are ready. Let's go. Game number 4, Danv is up 2-1. Pixelandy looking to force a deciding game 5, 3-2-1 Tetris. So players fighting for a semi-finals spot. The last time Pixelandy ventured into the semifinals or beyond was, what, December of 2025? So just a few months ago. Last time Danv has made it into the semis, into the top 4 or beyond, it was the month that he won his Masters event, May of 2023. He also made it into the top 4 in February of 2023. That May of 23 was in Faster Masters. It was a 4-1 victory over Gerald Freeman. Tetris for Andy, 189, 186 for Dan. All right, Pixelandy's going to get a long bar over that right side. That's going to help bring this down and see if he's going to go for a Tetris on the left well. Getting spiry, though, so yeah, he might be forced over to doing that, and this is kind of a rough sequence here for Andy. Still level 18, no problem. And yeah, he's going to go for a column 7. And kind of a drought circumstance here happening. And players finally getting long bars. Andy gets a Tetris down the middle. Dan gonna get his stack back down a bit. Dan is set up in column 3. Long bar goes in. Tetris comes out. 324 for him. 246 for Pixelandy, and he's going to get a Tetris. So 3 lines apart. Now 7 lines apart. Danv ahead by 78,000 points. It's about 3.5 Tetrises. But again, Pixelandy back in lines. I think probably for the first time in this match. Tetris Dan 394 through 96. All right, a little S spin to clean up the stack a bit from Dan. Dan gets a Tetris. Pixelandy dirty triple here, 325. Well, that's a way of putting it, SV. I thought you were talking about some kind of product. The way SV put it there, it sounded like an incontinence product, but then I had to read it again. I was like, wait, what is he talking about? Oh, wait, I get it. It's like, you Brits, your colorful language. 489 for Dan V, 396 for Pixel Andy. Evesy says we should call bad pads diapers. You know, do I get a vote in that? Because I'm going to vote that we don't do that, but that's fine. 565 entry into 19 for Dan, and a 490 entry for Pixel Andy. Tetris for Dan V, 618. 497 for Pixel Andy. It's all right, Gmart. We all have our own struggles. It's fine. Just own it. All right, Tetris for Pixel Andy, 605. 633 now. 732 Dan. Dan with about 100,000 point lead. Head by 4 lines, though. All right. Andy in the middle of the board could really use a bar like right now. Bar gets to the left, so he's able to bring this down a couple of notches here. All right, I think Andy out of immediate danger. And long bar goes down. Pixel Andy, 768. Dan V at 900. I think Andy's struggling with some controller issues. YouTube will not like to hear that. There's one guy like, I'm sick and tired of people blaming their controllers, and, you know, come on. Like, it's like, bro, have you ever played Tetris? Then you don't know. 899 Pixel Andy, max out for Dan V, A07. Evesy says, I agree with him. Listen, Evesy, I will defend our players, okay? Right or wrong, I'm defending our players. Dan V into 29 at B17. Andy is about to get in. He's in at like 981. Tetris for Andy, A19. Dan V, B31. Why is YouTube as a whole getting crap for one dude? I just said there's one guy on YouTube. That's all I said. Didn't I? Oh no, Andy is in trouble. This is going to be so hard to bring down. And no, that's going to be a top out for Pixel Andy at A68. And that means Dan V, for the first time since 2023, has made it into the semifinals. So GG's to you, Dan V. GG's Pixel Andy. I could see the struggle was real. Obviously, you've got some problems here. Order pads, man. Order some pads. You know? If you want me to mail you some, I'll mail you some. I'll mail you some. I got them right here. I'll mail you some. But anyway, Pixel Andy, sorry, it's not the way you want it to go, but you played well. You persevered. Just, you know, just spend like $100 on. You want me to mail you some? All right, you DM me your address, and I'll mail you some. Mail you some, SV. All right, DM me your address. Maybe I'll think about it. I'm broke, you guys. You guys are employed. All right. Well, oh wait, Dan V, you're a winner of. You're this guy. Let me adjust this around. You're this guy. There you are. We're gonna make your face big, and you are a bracket winner. There you go. Dan playing Tetris. There he is. Look at that. Oh, look, he's got the belt. He has got the belt. Are you serious? All right. Well, SV and Pixelandy, you DM me your address. I'll mail you some. I'll mail you some. All right. Well, that's it. Congratulations, Dan V. Let me go ahead and report this to our centralized Tetris reporting authority, the CTRA. What is this? We're not in March. This is February. What am I? I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so it's 3-1, Dan V. 3-1 monthly Tetris. And now we are gonna go. There he is. All right, take a bunch of screenshots here, Danny boy. All right. Let me go ahead and set up our next match. Gonna run an ad here. It's gonna be Sidnev versus Dan V, and it won't let me run ads on YouTube, on Twitch. Just let me run ads when I need to, Twitch, okay? All right, buddy? Come on. All right, so Sidnev is 2, so this should be easy, right? Just say goodbye, number 3, and hello, number 2. Yeah, double ads on YouTube. Yeah, of course. That's what we're going to do. That is quite the little bachelor's nest there with those Tetris duvet cover. Yeah, he's living a Tetris lifestyle, really. He's all in. Why does it automatically say Sidnev? What do you mean, why does it automatically say Sidnev? What do you mean? I changed it. It automatically says Sidnev because we're playing that match right now. Oh, you mean your autocorrect? Oh, yeah, I don't know. What is a Sidnev? I have no idea. I don't know what that is. Okay. We have found a Sidnev. We got one. Let's see what we've got. All right, this is what we got. We'll make it work. Yeah, I wish it didn't make me wait to run an ad. Like, I'm not going to abuse it. I just need to be able to run it when we have a break, you know? Gmart has a 70 stream streak. Evesy, that makes your 25 stream streak look, well, you're a piker. 70 stream streak. You have an autocorrect for Vandy? Oh, that's very sweet of you. That's very sweet. Yeah. You're not a real fan. Okay. I am going to go ahead and put the pieces in the chat. Because why not? It's time. This is a repeat of the first time you made semis. What, in February of 23? It is. Yeah, you were knocked out by Sidnev. All right, the pieces are here, players. And no pinners. 158 viewers, no pinners. 0 pinners. I'm on mobile. I can't do it. I'm on my phone. I cannot do it. Cousin Avi with the tier 1 gifts up to no gifts up. It's just, I'm so used to Cousin Avi gifting subs. He gifted one to himself. Well, that's good. There needs to be a holiday where you give a gift to yourself. Pasta with sauce. That's what they all say. That's why I should get mod. I'm very responsible. That's what they all say. All the unmodded people. They go, oh, I'm very responsible. If you give me mod, I will pin seeds all the time. And then they pin seeds for like 1 or 2 streams. And then after that, it's, oh, sorry, I'm on mobile. Sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. Cousin Avi is gifted a tier 1 sub to Tugi. Thank you. I'm never on mobile. Thank you, Cousin Avi. Appreciate that. All right, the pieces are here. And they are F32 ABA. That's it. We're just going to start removing. See, the way to do it, the way to get more pins is to remove mods. See, what's happening, it's like, what is that? Grisham's Law, right? But of seeds. Bad mods drive out good mods. That's what it is. Is that Grisham's Law? Gresham's Law? Gresham's Law. Unmod Somalian. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, actually. Before I go to bed, like, oh man, I got to unmod that guy. This is a new seed, right? This is the seed. Yeah, F32 ABA. Yes. Okay, looks like both players are ready. It is the semifinals. The winner of this goes to the finals to take on, we don't know, but at least we'll find out one person. So let's get them. Count it down. Sidnev versus Danv. D's and N's and V's all around in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. This is when I start to mess names up, when there's too many similarities. If it's like Evesy versus Rhubarb, that I could do. When it's Sidnev versus Danv, there's D's and V's and N's and all kinds of things, and this is when I get messed up. I'm gonna do my best. On the left side of your screen, Sidnev, seed number 2, from the Netherlands. Very spooky place, the Netherlands. Sidnev with a PB of 8.52 million. She was ranked number 6 in the February Premier poll heading into this tournament. She's a former Masters event winner. She won it for the first time in August of 2024. You've seen her recently winning the Austria Regional against who in the finals? Yeah, against Danv. She is a 4-time Mega Masters player. 3 of those times she was in the semifinals or later. She was top 4 in 22 and 23 and was the runner-up in 2025. So very successful Mega Masters career. She's also a 5-time CTWC gold bracket player with 3 top 8 or higher finishes, including 2023, where she was the runner-up to Fractal. She's also a 3-time Classic Tetris European champion, 21, 22, and 25. And has won that Austria Regional, by the way, 3 years running. Tugi, what are you doing? You gonna let people come to your country and win your tournament? What the heck? Last month, Sidnev was in the top 4. The month before, Sidnev was in the top 4. So 3 consecutive semifinals appearances for Sidnev. On the right side, Danv. He's at 321, Sidnev at 324. Danv seed number 6 from Great Britain with a PB of 3.83 million. Was ranked number 16 in the Premier poll heading into February. By the way, you can find the full results of the Premier poll over at premierpoll.com. Premier with an E at the end. Use the PP command to bring up the link. Danv, as I said, most recently you saw him in that CTWC Austria Regional. He's a former Masters event winner. That was in May of 2023, and that month was the last time Danv was in the semifinals. So it's been almost 3 years since Danv's been in the semis. He was the winner of CTWC France in 2025. Is one of the few players to win a Masters, Challengers, Futures, and Hopefuls. Those are our 4 kind of pro, semi-pro level tournaments. And he's won at every level. He's a 5-time CTWC gold bracket player. Highest finish was top 16 in 2022. Also a 2-time Mega Masters player. And in that Austria Regional, yeah, the last 3 years, Danv's been in the top 4 at least every single time. $501 for Sidnev. Tetris $524, $513 for Danv. SV says, did I win the last Challengers ever? No, it was Cobra, actually, who won the November 2024. You won the second to last. So you will be swept into the dustbin of Challengers history. 615 for Sidnev. 2 more Tetrises available. Danv 606 with 3 more available. Still got 1 Bernie can take as well. Evesy says we will bring Challengers back. Well, we might have to. 662 for Sidnev into 19. There's a Tetris for Dan. He's at 651. He's going to take that one burn and Tetris into 19 at 676. So two big transitions, mid to high 600K transitions for both of these players. What's up, Chen? Thank you for hanging out. 32 player masters is good. I agree, but I might have to get to a point where we make it 24 only. We might have to make it 24. Basically, you know, the top 16 plus 8 people challenging their way in. We might have to do it. $696 for Danv, $817 for Sidnev. So since that transition, Sidnev just pouring the gasoline on the fire and has gotten out to about a 90,000 point lead over Danv. You'll never get in. As no one's touching 32 player masters, you don't care? Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Dan with that S in the middle. Tetris for Sidnev, $898. It's 25 through 32 only has bums like Miles anyway. Yeah, that's true. Well, it's just a matter of, you know, how much time we got to spend and scheduling. And then, I don't know. We also might have to, honestly, we might have to bring back the scheduled finals day like we used to do. Remember when it was me on one channel, Kibby on the other? Well, I don't know if it'll be Kibby this time, but we might have to do something like that too. It's all on the table. Anything we can do to keep this event going for as long as we can. 9-11 for Danv, but nothing official. It's just options I have to keep in mind. 944 for Dan, A75 for Sidnev. Sidnev's got that 1.1. She's ahead of Dan by about 160,000. Tetris for Dan now. Of course, Sidnev ahead in lines a bit. About 11 lines. I'm killing off CTM. You heard it here first. I've been ruining Tetris since I began, Evesy. I mean, talk to anybody. A54 for Danv. C14 for Sidnev into 29. And this is going to be tough. Sidnev trying to keep that right side open. Takes some burns, gets a Tetris. Sidnev going to keep that down. C68. Danv trying to keep this down. Chunking it down. Oh, that nice spin for Danv. Is it going to be enough? And he opens up the right side again, just waiting on a bar, and it just seems like it's not coming. And there it is, long bar Tetris, Danv B25, but Sidnev at D55, ahead by about like 230,000 points. Tetris for Sidnev, E41, 270 lines. She is ahead still by 9 lines. That hasn't changed. Danv going a little aggressive here, building out that left side. It's what he needs to do. And he's doing it, having to force into a few burns. And can't get anything to sort of build out that middle. That T-shaped hole. Tetris there for Danv, C39. Sidnev at F73. That is a 1.57. Now she's got the rollover. Dan still at 1.24 with only 34 lines to go. Oh, Sidnev. All right, Sidnev is going to top out at rollover 33. So 0-33. Danv has got a target. I don't know how he gets to this. I don't know how this happens, but yeah, and it's not going to happen after that L to the left. And My word. Sidnev come right out the gate with the rollover. And that is going to... Danv's like, what can I do? What can I do? Shrug of the shoulders. What can I do? Sidnev going to take game number one. So GG's Sidnev. Tetris is going to Chili's. You go. I want. Yeah, I do want something. I want a. I want some frosty margs and guac talks. All right, did I put the pieces in chat? I did. Any pinners? Any pinners? Any at all? Any? Anyone? Bueller? You feel like Danv wrote off? You feel like I wrote off Danv too early, and he could have got out of that. Well, I don't think he cares. I mean, it was a huge chase down. All right, Tayo with the pin. Thank you, Tayo. $4D 3-5 B5. 4D 3-5 B5. Okay. Game number 2. Danv versus Sidnev. Danv looking to win one, tie it up. 3-1 Tetris. Got some of this HEB Zero Original Cola. It's as good as Coke Zero. It's like $1 cheaper. So I'm all about it. See, now I'm forced to buy generic, guys. Back when I was working full time, I could buy like brand name everything. Ugh. And now it's all generics. But I found some good generics. Store brand, whatever. It's good. Yeah, HEB is good. You prefer Coke Infinity, infinite calories in one can. Oh my word, that sounds like a problem. All right, Danv with the nifty little tuck to get Tetris ready. I know. Well, not for long, Summer B. Aldi's? I don't have an Aldi's close enough to me. I would like to go there, but not close enough to me. There's one in Pflugerville, so it's like 20 miles away. $184 from Sidnev, $164 Danv. No, not yet, Summer, but I'm gonna have to. $235 for Dan, $275 for Sidnev. All right, the middle of Danv's board. Okay, yeah, takes care of it. Opens up that right. Gets the long bar exactly at the right time. It's like Danv RNG. Always gets the best pieces all the time. Am I right, guys? Sick of it. 310 for Dan. 369 for Sidnev. Oh, Danv with that under tap of the S piece. Oh, God. Pixelandy sent me, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Pixelandy sent me a picture of his pad and his controller. And yeah, it's a mess. Oh my word. Hopefully you didn't make that an AI, Andy, to make it look worse than it is. Yeah, Andy, no, he needs a pad for his controller. That's for sure. 552 for Sidnev, 459 for Danv. Sidnev at 645 with 3 more Tetrises available. She's just going to take the double. Yeah, she's like, I got 600 already. I'm already almost 100,000 ahead. I can sacrifice 1 Tetris for safety. I like it. Tetris Sidnev 694 into 19. Danv is about 579. That's over 100,000 point lead for Sidnev. All right, Becca in YouTube having a personal crisis. My word, what is happening over there? What is happening? 795 Sidnev, 668 for Danv. Tetris Dan 724. Sidnev ahead by again over 100,000 points. By the way, we have Tetris tomorrow. And March Masters early rounds are getting underway. We can't wait around for these lollygaggers, these top player lollygaggers to finish. We got to get March underway. So tomorrow, March will begin. 982 for Sidnev, 850 for Dan. So we got two early brackets with Kirby, Paco, and Cole, and Eyeball, Miles, and Tugi for March. Max out for Sidnev. There's a Tetris A57, 950 for Dan V. Tetris for Dan. Triple here as well. What is happening on YouTube? What y'all are talking about. 1.2 for Sidnev. She's on 29. That board gonna need some help. Oh, nice triple to bring this down. Single. She's getting it down. And Sidnev going to bring this board down. C31, Dan V on level 30 at B75. So he's not that far behind. We'll take a safe, I think that was a double, triple, I don't know. But he's set up now, column 5, long bar in Tetris, Dan. C25, and he's back by 17,000, something like that. Tetris for Sidnev, though. She's setting up column 2. There you go, no problem. Long bar in Tetris, D24. Dan V set up column 4, Tetris. And Dan V setting up the center well Tetrises now. Now he's transitioned the well back over to the right side. Tetris D33. It's 5,000 points behind. And no, there's going to be a top one for Sidnev at D38. And Dan with a triple, I believe. And Dan is good in game number 2. Is there a line cap? Yes, there is. Dog playing Tetris says Dan V is exceptionally solid and consistent recently, period. Well, thank you for your matter-of-fact evaluation, Dog playing Tetris. Well, man, it's hard to take your comment seriously because it's not capitalized at the front, and there's no period at the end. So, I mean, dogs I can take seriously. It starts with an initial capital. It's got a period at the end. It's authoritative. All right, well, Evesy, good job. Okay, 7D045F. Yes, both players are on seed. Both players ready. Let's go. What was once a best of 5? You know. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh man, Evesy, shots fired. Maybe it's been a while since we made a meme channel in CTM. You know, I feel like we went a little crazy with off-topic channels in CTM in 2019, 2020, 21. But maybe we need one where it's perfect grammar only. You know, whatever. You must use perfect grammar and punctuation. I don't know. Tuki says Sidnev's playing on an exclusive CTWC Austria ROM, of which only 12 have been made and 6 are in circulation. Yeah, where are the other 6? Oh, Becca, I do not want to channel about bidets. Thank you very much. I mean, I do, but I don't know how that would go down. Yeah, we'll have to decide on like what is the actual, what are we going to use as our official reference for grammar in that channel. $257, Sidnev, 142, Dan. FTWW says this seed has apparently hoarded all the S pieces. Let me go take a look. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. 31 S's. It's got a few extra S pieces. It's the most of any piece. 33 S's, 17 Z's, 24 bars. Sidnev's board messed up here. Line spin on the left side. You don't see a lot of left side line spins, so Sidnev forced into one there. 313 for Sidnev, 282, Dan. So it's giving Dan a chance to catch up a little. All right, pull back there for Sidnev to get that triple going. Tetris, Sidnev, 394, 376, Dan. Sidnev, Tetris lines are tied. So it's about a 42,000 point lead for Sidnev with the lines tied. I mean, I think bidet is perfectly fine talk for YouTube chat. It's better than what they could be doing, believe me. $486 for Sidnev, 427 Dan. All right, Dan is 4 lines away from 19. Sidnev 8 lines away from 19. What's up, Laurie? Dan is in at about 470 something. A lot of 5s on the board for Sidnev. 5-5, 5-5, 6-1. And Sidnev in at 579. Tetris Sidnev 653, 533, Danv level 20. Tetris Sidnev 710. All right, Danv open, closed. Oh, all right, some nice pieces and maneuvers here. Danv long bar in Tetris for him 652. Tetris Dan. These players have played a lot against one another across different events. Sidnev has 5 match wins, Dan 4. In CTM, it looks like Sidnev is up 4 matches to 1. No, 3 matches to 1. Last time they played in CTM, well, it was last month, January. Sidnev took out Danv 3-0 in the round of 16. And the first time they played against each other in CTM was, I think, the first time they ever played against each other. Danv took that one 3 games to 1 in May of 2022. In round 1. That's like almost 5 years ago. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we still doing this? Tetris for Dan, A76, A41 for Sidnev. 4 years ago. Wait, what year is it? 4 years ago? 4 years ago. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 4 years ago. Whatever. Still, why are we still doing this? Danv into 29 at B15, Sidnev in at B16. It is tight and close. Sidnev opens up that right side long bar in Tetris B59. Danv, good bar. Needs to open. Skimming, opens. Keeping it open. Oh my God. Where's the bar? No bar. Cannot get a bar. And yeah, that is going to be a top out for Dan. Hits the drought at just the wrong time. Really needed a bail. Didn't get it. Sidnev is good and goes up 2 games to 1. But Danv really fighting to keep that right side open. Looks like Sidnev getting knocked out by the same drought, really. A little bit of more of a messy board, so more understandable. But Sidnev was ahead. You kept it open for so long. I know. Crazy. All right, well, Sidnev up 2 games to 1. We're going to give you players a new seed. If you need to take a moment, take the moment. That's fine. Take a moment if you need it. But the pieces are here. Chen, thank you for your 3-stream streak, by the way. Appreciate that. Critical Apple says, I'm pretty happy with how I'm simul playing. I'm not beating the scores, but I'm playing more consistent. Good, yeah. Totally recommend it to anybody who wants to just see what you're, you know, what you can do. You know, pretend you're playing against these two players. Take the same seed, play. Pieces are here. 5D324A. Thank you, Tugi, for the pin. Appreciate that. God, this room is so dark. Can't see my... And all the letters have rubbed off my key, whatever, my keys, so I can't see. Okay, looks like both players are ready. 5D324A. Yes, let's go. Game number 4. Sidnev up 2-1, 3-1. Tetris. If you are watching live right now on Twitch and you are an Amazon Prime member, don't forget you get an Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime gaming subscription to grant to the streamer of your choice on a monthly basis. But it's use it or lose it. You cannot save or stack them. You got to use them or lose them. And you don't want, you know, Bezos to get it or whoever's running Amazon or Twitch or whatever. So don't lose it. Use it on us. Use it on somebody. Keep us in the mix. But don't forget that you have it. And so use it. Why not? All right, Danv got a couple of tuck opportunities. Got one with the Z. Now looking for a well-timed or NET. Davis WX with the Prime sub. See, right on cue. I can say words and get $3. So look at that. Free from Amazon. So thank you, Amazon and Davis Weather. Appreciate that. Did we get a contribution to the prize pool? I don't know. Let me take a look. Oh, it's a 2067.67. Oh, I missed this from Nate. Nate contributed. I totally missed this. Nate, I'm sorry. Nate contributed 2089 to the prize pool to make it 206767. 206767. Sorry about that, Nate. So thank you so much. I think I owe you saying it like several more times. So thank you, Nate, for getting us to 206767. It's pretty funny to put 6767 in the score. I mean, in the prize pool, because then it makes me have to say 6767 a lot. I don't know, guys. What do you like better, 6 or 7? For me, I don't know. Let me think about this. 6, 7. Put 7 in chat if you like 6 better, and 6 in chat if you like 7 better. Lori with the sub on Twitch. Thank you, Lori, with the Prime sub. All right, 6s and 7s. Looks like a lot of people like 7s. K9 likes 9. That was not one of the options. Sidnev, oh my goodness, that is a top out for Sidnev on 18. And what was that score? Was that 283? Was that 283? What was the score there? I think it was 283. Can someone go back and check? That was, you try not to do that. So is anybody go back in time and do that and look and see what it was? I mean, it's you can't do that. 233. All right, so Dan is good. Dan, you are good. You have been declared good by the judges. I have declared you good. It is official. No take backsies. You are good. Sometimes it happens, you know, people aren't thinking and they just do it. Yeah, pre-29, it's tough. It's tough. Well, it's decider time, y'all. Oh, you can't see chat? Yeah, that's tough. He was 1 point short when I said he was good. Well, he would have been good. Yeah, no, I mean, people did, you know. But people sometimes do it on accident, so I'm not going to do it insta lose. But yeah, it's better if people don't do it. All right, new pieces 8445CB, 8445CB. Well, that's why we have chat, right? That's why chat is here. Oh, Dan, did you follow the seed? I don't know if you did or not. It's fine. Yeah, as long as someone doesn't make a habit of it or do it to, you know, didn't look to me like it was trying to get an advantage. It just, everyone does it. Right, 8445CB. Looks like both players are on seed, so as soon as they signal ready, we'll let them drink. We'll let them, you know, do what they got to do. Screw that top on. Okay, both players ready. Sidnev and Danv. Let's go. Decider time. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. The winner of this goes to the finals. And, you know, each of these players has won one Masters event, so this would be pretty huge for them to have another opportunity to, you know, to get on the board as a two-time player. Everybody wants that one. But then as soon as you get that one, you're like, I want two. Zook with the 100 bits. Thank you so much. K9 watching Tetris with the 100 bits says, you got this, Danv. A hype train started in this channel. Cousin Avi gifted a tier 1 sub to Eyeball. Thank you, Cousin Avi. So we got a level 1 hype train. My God. What a, you know, a hype train is so exciting. $116 for Danv, $116 for Sidnev. Sidnev ahead by 1 point. Like, shouldn't the hype train be, instead of, okay, it should give you exclusive emotes, but here's what the hype train should do. It should, like, increase the percentage that the streamer gets every level that it goes up. So then people feel like, oh, I'm actually, like, helping the streamer, like, extra, right? Like, it should do that. That's what it should do. So Twitch, if you're listening, it should be like an extra 1% every level it goes up. I noticed the 6-7, but not the 6-9. Oh, looks like we had a contribution to the prize pool. Totally missed it. Talvit 202 to get us up to 2069.69. Thank you so much, Talvit, for getting us up to that horrible number. If only Tom J were here to wipe that number off the screen, that dirty, filthy number. 256 now, 278 for Sidnev, 276 for Dan V. No, Sentient Longbar. I think that money would be that would be better for Twitch, because people would be like, "Oh, I'm really giving extra help to the channel," and so they would be inclined to, you know, contribute more. So, well, I'm gonna mail it in. Let me go find Twitch's PO box. I'm gonna mail it in on a 3x5 card. 100 bits from K9 says, "Go streamer, go." Thank you, K9. Appreciate that. I should fax it to them. I love fax machines. There's this marketing guy that I follow and, you know, I've been like reading and following for years. And you can only reach him by fax machine. He has no email or phone number. You have to fax him. And that like weeds out all the people who aren't that serious, right? So people tend to waste his time less if you have to reach him by fax machine, because then people, you have to be really dedicated to either have or, you know, send a fax or whatever. It's genius. Is there a prize pool for March Masters? Yeah, that'll come up. That'll come up tomorrow. I do it. Well, let me see. Have I made it yet? I think I have made it. But I'm not going to put it up during this stream because people will get confused. But I will give you the link because you're asking. This is March CTM, okay? March, not Feb CTM, okay? Whoops. If you just because someone asked, here it is. No, the 2069 is for February. It says February right next to it. We're still playing February right now. We're playing February. This is what we're playing. It's not over. This is the third to last match of the month. But the March one is open, so if you do want to go do codes, you can do them. They're not going to show up on stream here, but if you want to get a head start, you can do it. Sidnev up really high on this board and needs to survive. We've seen her live these before. She's making progress. Opens up that right side. Long bar down. And another one. 2 Tetris here for Sidnev. 598 for Sidnev into 19. 599 for Dan V. He wasn't asking if there's a prize pool for March, but if the prize pool on screen is for March. Oh. No. This prize pool is for February. Okay, I see. If you want to contribute to this one, use the Matcherino command. That'll bring you to this one. There it is. And click on the one for Masters. $700 for Sidnev. $724 for Dan V. Dan V with the Vits. Are you serious? In the decider, in the semis. Come on now. Now he's setting up the T-spin like a fiend and gets a Tetris. 806 for Dan. Another Vits for Dan. And the spin for Dan. 783 Sidnev. 807 for Dan. Dan now 835 after a Tetris. Tetris Dan 872. There's one Sidnev. That long bar in the middle, the antenna. I don't even know. It always makes me think of an antenna on top of a building. Tetris for Dan. 932, but Sidnev at 935. Sidnev now in the lead. Danv skimming down, single and triple, and now Tetris, 973. Tetris Dan, he's got the max out, A06, and another one, A38. Now, Sidnev has a gap covered by, 2 rows. It's going to cost her at least 3 burns. And some extra burns here. It's going to allow Dan to pull back out in the lead, A72. And there's Tetris Sidnev, A71. It is super close as we approach level 29. Dan, B44. There's a Tetris column 7 for Sidnev, B15. Dan in the lead. Tetris is going into 29. Will be worth 36,000. Tetris Dan. He's into 29 at B86. Long bar Tetris C22. Tetris Sidnev, B51. Sidnev in at B88. Tetris Sidnev, C25. We are so close. Sidnev knocking this board down. Danv setting up. Tetris, is that a Tetris C86? I think it was a Tetris. I didn't see flash, so. But anyway, a long bar went over and the stack came down. Jonathan M with a $150 contribution to the prize pool. Thank you, Jonathan. C99 for Danv. C98 for Sidnev. Jonathan, that is an amazing contribution. Thank you so very much. I'll read your message in a moment. I gotta go find it. Danv Tetris D62, and he's ahead by 6 lines. Sidnev D66. We're now 50 lines to go until the level 39 super kill screen. Sidnev has got some gaps, or one gap there. It's going to cost her some burn. She's going to get a Tetris, burn it away. I mean, it didn't even cost her. It cost her like that double right at the end, but there you go. E66 for Sidnev. Danv's board climbing. Tetris for Sidnev, F19. She's out about 80,000 points now. Tetris is here. We're north of 45,000 or 44,000. So it's about a 2.5, 3 Tetris lead for Sidnev now all of a sudden. Danv gets a Tetris E99. Sidnev gets one. Rollover on 37. Danv is into 38. Danv needs to Tetris. Oh, that left side. It's going to really hurt. So he's going to have to set up one. And there's one if he can get the bar. And no, that's going to be a top out for Danv at F28. Took Sidnev all the way to the brink, all the way to the very end. Sidnev with the 1.8 million. Danv with that 1.5. It was close the entire way. Honestly, the match of the month so far between these two. Danv, it seems like he has ascended to a whole other level. I know there was early top out in this one, but that is a banger of a decider. And yeah, Danv, you did amazing. Congratulations on getting the semis again. Sidnev, congratulations to you. You've made it into the finals. Again, let's give you your 3. You got another chance at Masters win number 2. So both players having a great month. Danv, you got to be proud of how you did. Back in the semis for the first time in like almost 3 years. So you did amazing. And yeah, Dog was right. Like, you seem like you've ascended to a whole other level of consistency. So who knows? Maybe we'll see Danv back here next month in the semis or beyond. We don't know, but it's going to be Sidnev. So Sidnev will get another chance at a Masters win. So Jonathan said, grateful for the content and the time put forth from the players and yourself. Jonathan, thank you so much. That means a lot. $150 into the prize pool. Really, really a big, generous contribution. So thank you so much, Jonathan. That is amazing. I appreciate it, and the players appreciate it as well. So thank you for that. That was very, very kind. And I'm glad you like what we're doing. I like what we're doing too. Okay, well, that was a match, guys. That was a match for sure. Let me go ahead and report this. We'll show you the status of the bracket. And yeah, I don't know. Danv, I mean, he didn't win it, but he really did well. And Sidnev, you know, was kind of wobbly in some of the earlier matches, and even in this match a little bit, but you know, pulled out at 1.8 when she needed to. So excellent showing from both of our players. So best performance in Masters since I won like 3 years ago. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, it was good. I feel like you might be back sooner rather than later. All right, well, the bracket is here. Let's show you that. Sidnev is in the finals and will play one of Blue Scooty or Dog playing Tetris. I don't know when this is going to be. I'm hoping we can schedule both of these in one stream. That would be really, really nice if we could do that. But either way, however these go, I mean, obviously that Scooty versus Dog, always a classic. And then, you know, whoever wins that versus Sidnev, always a classic. So, yeah, two great matches, no matter what happens. When are they going to be? I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. As soon as we know, they'll be in the Discord. So that will be a thing. Let's see, tomorrow we got a bunch of Tetris, just to let you guys know. It'll be Sunday, says Andy. So Andy's saying it's going to be Sunday. Before or after Crunch? At the very least, Crunch is not... you know, Crunch is you know, it's not DAS, so it's kind of... I don't know. We'll see how... If, you know, Dog is the only one that's playing in both, so we'll see how he does. It's before Crunch. That makes sense. So, all right. So, anyway, tomorrow, March Masters will kick off. We're going to have 3 preliminary brackets. I don't have the brackets. Well, I can bring them up. Well, actually, give me a second. If I change these, I don't need these anymore for February. So, just give me a sec. I will switch these to March. And, yeah, so you can see what we're doing tomorrow. So, tomorrow, the first thing we're going to do is Pink. It's at 11:30 a.m., which should be 16:30 UTC, I think. So we're going to do Pink. ID Kirby versus Paco, winner versus Cole. And then pretty much immediately after that, it's going to be the yellow bracket, Eyeball versus Miles, winner versus Tugi. That is a bracket and a half for sure. And then later that evening, I think it's going to be like midnight UTC at 7 p.m. same day here for in Texas. It's going to be Winter versus Rhubarb, winner versus Dangler. So we're getting the month started early, which I like. So that is excellent. So a good day of Tetris tomorrow, 6 matches. Then Sunday, we're going to have the Crunch finale. It's scheduled for 7:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time, which I think is, you know, 00:30 UTC. So just after midnight. Monday, early, technically Monday morning, but it's still Sunday in the States. It's going to be Dog, Andy, Meme, Alex in the Crunch finale on Sunday. And then more and more brackets are being scheduled for the weekdays, including Orange and Teal. So yeah, we're getting these Masters things. Cat Surgery doing a great job getting all this stuff scheduled. So thank you, Cat Surgery. So that's what we got Thank you to everybody who contributed this stream. Really appreciate you. New subs or resubs: Tayo, Carlito, Ravio, None Ya Business, T-Bone, Tone Deaf Leopard, Tamrad, MX Pines Cutely, Jeremy, Hector, False Minute, Snug, Skyway, Navy Wolf, EBM, Iltsu, K9 watching Tetris, ECG, Michael Keaton, Cousin Avi, Tugi, Davis, Lori, Eyeball, YouTube memberships, Rabbit, Giraffe, Pianyan, TTK, DFCT, Big Wildcat, Miko Brot, Wispy, Ronaldo again, Vasco, Yakto, Bits from K9 and Zook, Raid from Meme. I think I missed that. Thank you, Meme. Paldas, Tetris as well with the raid. A lot of those were gift subs, so thank you to Cousin Avi and Stanislaw, N-Dog, Cute Pup Jesus for gifting on Twitch and YouTube. Really, really appreciate that. Prize pool, yeah, we made some progress. This is gravy now for these players. 22-19. Thank you so much to Jonathan for your generous contribution. Talvit for your meme contribution. Nate for your generous and meme contribution. Thank you very, very much for that. 22-19, 69. Amazing. So thanks so much. Big shout out to our patrons: Scott Gray, Jane the Window, Kanan, Taki, Madelsberger, N-Dog, Mr. Brain, Corporal, Junior, Troy Dan, Kim M, Kaka, Daventi, Jason, Sunny, Mila, everybody else on the side. Really appreciate that. We will be back tomorrow with at least 6 matches, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see what Kat and Zempro have in store, but there's going to be at least 6 Masters matches for March tomorrow. Andy reports to me that we're going to do Stupid Masters finals and Masters finals on Sunday, so that should be a fun day of Tetris. No rest for Tetris for sure. Thanks again, everybody. YouTube, we're going to go ahead and end this fun. Have a great day and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, Lori, Chevon, D. Bradley, Hodgeclaw, Salty, Mr. Brain, and everybody else. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow. And Twitch, we'll go ahead and thanks again, Kanan. Appreciate you. Dog versus Scooty is Sunday. Yeah, I think it's going to be Dog Scooty, Sidnev Sunday. That's what I hear. This is according to Andy. Now, of course, is Andy a reliable narrator? I don't know. We'll find out. But that is the scuttlebutt. So just stay tuned. And I guess if you're in the Discord, that's the way to know for sure. Okay. Go ahead and find a place for you to land, Twitchers. I would stream more, but I have a paper to write. And it's due in a week, and I'm just very slow writer. So let's see. We've got Friday Night Fights hosted by Kingsman. So we're gonna get, we're gonna raid Kingsman in his Friday Night Fights to atone for our guilt because we said bad words that traumatized Kingsman so much that he now uses them humorously in his broadcast. He was so traumatized by these words, and yet it makes him laugh now to replay them over and over and over. So yeah, very clearly, very traumatized. But yeah, that's all right. We'll play along. We'll go ahead and raid Classic Tetris. Thanks, everybody. We will see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.